Okay guys, so here we are with a pretty special unboxing video. So just a couple of hours ago I received this in the mail. This is a 12th anniversary special set. The third, I guess, of these sets to come out for the game. And unlike the last two, this is not a binder. This is more just a, well, it sounds kind of lame when I say this, but like a piece of cardboard, but it has all the dope cards inside. But like no sleeves for the different cards, like in like a traditional binder, but it's still really cool. So I'll just go ahead and unbox this right now. So I just made a few cuts already. You can see this here, but yeah. So open this up. So pretty hyped. And this set is basically has a theme, and it's all about fusion, right? So it has all different cards, you know, to do with fusion. So you can see there, it's got Vegito, 12th anniversary, pretty cool looking poster, I guess, just there. I'll get a bit of view for you guys. And then it has like the lyrics, I guess, to the theme song, I guess, of the current mission, which is pretty cool. So yeah, pretty interesting. And then on this side, there's more information, I guess. Yeah. And then inside, we have some more stuff. So you've got a CD. So we didn't have one last binder, but we did with the first one, and we finally got one again. So again, 12th anniversary, all the songs, and I guess, you know, music in the game. So pretty cool. I still don't have a PC with a disc drive, but hopefully one day, you know, eventually I'll be able to listen to it. Then we have some sleeves. So I think there's 30 sleeves you can put your cards into, so pretty cool. Again, logo, 12th anniversary there. And I'm really happy about this. We have finally some more card loaders. So it's been about 3 years since the 9th anniversary. We didn't get any the last 2 years, but finally got some more. So again, 12th anniversary. So I think there's 7 of these. And there's 7 cards in the set, so you can use them, of course, for those, but I'll probably use them for other cards in my collection. But yeah, cool. Again, original Heroes loaders, pretty nice. Let's check those away on the side. Then we have the main event. So, a little cardboard. So yeah, again, Vegito, Super Saiyan, Vegito, and then Goku and Vegeta. So pretty cool design. I'll just cut and come back. Okay, so once again we have the front of the set looking pretty awesome. And then on the back we have the other fusion of the classic fusions, I suppose. This is a Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta GT, of course, with Goku and Vegeta on the sides there. So I think they really did a good job with the artwork for the set. You know, really looks pretty awesome, you know. So yeah. And then inside we have these 7 cards. So yeah, presentation-wise, they did a great job. You know, I think like it looks really really good. So 7 cards. We'll start off on this side. So we have Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta from the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie. Then we have Base Vegito, who can transform into Super Saiyan. Super Saiyan Gotenks. Then down here we have a Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta GT. Super Saiyan 2 Kefla. Piccolo fused with Nail and Kami. And finally, we have a pretty surprising card. This is Candy Vegito. So it's very rare they introduce a new like character or a new form with like a, you know, set outside of the main missions. So that was really surprising, but, you know, really hype, you know. So yeah, and he looks really strong. So I'll just take these cards out of their little spaces. Okay, so the cards have been taken out of their little spaces now. You can see there's actually some artwork behind where the cards were, you know, like on the cardboard. So really cool stuff. This is about the same as it was on the actual card. But then we have, you know, Goku and Vegeta here. The fusees, I guess, right? And then Goku and Vegeta again. This is Goten and Trunks. Once again, Goku and Vegeta, Kale and Kefla, and then we have Kami and Piccolo. So really cool stuff. Like this kind of, you know, extra design is really, you know, like makes it look better. You know, really appreciate it. You know, so cool. So now we'll go over the cards and their main abilities and stuff. Okay, so first of all we have Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta. So I'll be going over these cards in numerical order, and this is number 17. And the reason why he's not number 1 is because it includes, you know, the past binders cards too. So artwork is fantastic. Of course, he's doing the pose right from the movie, and he has the same attack that he does right after this pose, which is the Stardust Explosion. So great stuff, and yeah, looking really cool. And then for his main ability, if he is an attacker, then if you win the power level battle for that round, your team's hero energy will increase, and the higher power level you have, the more hero energy you'll get. So not bad. And when your team attacks each round, you will lower all enemies' guard by 1,000 times your number of hero energy. So if you have 10 hero energy, then you of course lower all enemies' guard by 10,000, which is pretty good. But that guard drop is only for that round, but still really good. I think again the biggest problem with him is you have to go first each round to get that first part of the ability, but still really good. Then he has a far flying swing as his card action ability, and the extra effects for this is that he'll do massive key damage to the enemy, and the enemy will take 1.5 times damage from the Enon, so pretty good effects there. And again, the artwork on these cards are just amazing, so yeah, cool stuff. Okay, next up at number 18 we have Vegito. So incredible card art. This is easily my favorite of these 7 in terms of the art. It looks just amazing, you know. So in base form, and then you got Goku and Vegeta fusing in the background. It kind of looks like a Dragon Ball Legends art, honestly, you know. So yeah, really cool. And in base form, his super attack is the standard Spirit Sword. But once he goes into Super Saiyan, he gets the new Ultra Spirit Sword, which is of course like a more powerful version. So yeah, really cool stuff. And I'll probably put him at maybe number 2 in terms of the strongest cards of these 7. Yeah, he's really good. Whoops. Okay, there we go. So his main ability, during the first round, he'll permanently times all of your character's power by 4, which is absolutely insane. He also slightly recover all their ki, which is pretty good. And he'll give you 2 hero energy, so really good support on the first round. Yeah, really good stuff. And then he has God Kamehameha as his card action ability, which will of course transform him into Super Saiyan. And he'll get 10,000 power from this, which is pretty nice. And he also do 4,000 damage each time he wins an attacking CI from then on, so really good damage from that. And overall a pretty simple card in terms of its effects, but definitely a strong card. I mean, that's just, you know, it's simple, but often the simplest effects are the strongest, right? So yeah, really good stuff. Okay, next up at number 19 we have a Super Saiyan Gotenks. So pretty cool card art. Of course, his super attack is the Super Ghost Kamikaze attack, you know, makes sense. Just looking at the card art, so yeah, pretty cool. And he's not bad. So for his main ability, when you make your move each round, Gotenks' super attack will become automatically available, and he'll target the enemy with the most power. And if he manages to activate his super attack, then all enemies in the group that he's attacking will have their power and damage permanently halved, which is pretty strong. And they'll all become very weak to ki damage, so become a lot easier to stun. And this Gotenks is an elite type, so he can probably stun guys all by himself, so that's pretty damn strong, you know. And then he has a card action ability. This is the Spread Energy Wave, and his extra effect is that he'll lower the target's power level by 90%, so pretty strong. And even has a unit with Vegito and Piccolo for only 1 energy, so quite cheap. And the effect is that Gotenks' power level will increase by 10,000, and all enemies' guard will be lowered by 1,000. And both those effects are only for that round. And one of the negatives is that you don't actually get any hero energy from that power level boost. But even so, 1 energy is super cheap. And Vegito and Piccolo are both, you know, characters with many very good cards, you know. And of course you can use the Vegito and Piccolo in this set, but you don't have to, right? You could use any Vegito Piccolo cards, yeah. So I'll probably put him just above the Gogeta in terms of my strength rankings, but yeah, yeah, pretty good card. Okay, next at number 20 we have Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. So I'll probably put this guy as my second favorite card art. Again, like Vegeta, really cool, you know, looking art there. And his super attack is the Big Bang Kamehameha times 100, so really powerful attack. And yeah, looking really nice. So for his main ability, he's really strong. I'll probably put him number 3 out of the 7 in terms of the strength rankings. So when he attacks by himself, he'll only take 10% of normal damage for that round. He can't be stunned, and he'll attack twice. So he's really, really good when you attack by just with him, you know? So really good. And also, each time he wins a charge impact, and that's either attacking or defending, he'll steal 5,000 power from each of the enemy group members, and he'll also steal 2 hero energy from the enemy team. So really, really good stuff there. That's incredible. Of course, attacking by himself is amazing, but even if you don't attack just with him, you know, like attack with all 7, for example, the stealing the power and the hero energy still work, even if he's not taken by himself. So that's really, really strong. Incredible. So the only bad thing is that he has, as his touch action ability, he has Block Burst, which is a really good action, but you have to go into support to activate it, so it's not really the best action to go with his main ability, you know, because of the taken by himself thing, because, you know, you really want to use that as much as possible because it's really strong, but to use the Block Burst you have to go into support, so it's not really, I guess, the best combination, I guess, in terms of effects. But he's really strong still, and I can't wait to use him. Okay, next up at number 21 we have Super Saiyan 2 Kefla. So once again, pretty cool card art, and her super attack is the Gigantic Burst, which is the attack she tried to use against Ultra Instinct Omen Goku just before she was eliminated from the Tournament of Power. So pretty cool stuff. As for her main ability, at the start of the battle, she'll become immune to key damage, and her super attack will become automatically available for the rest of the battle. So that's pretty good. And at the end of each round, she'll completely recover all of her ki, which goes quite well with her immune to key damage effect. And then the next part depends on how much hero energy you have at the end of each round. So if you have 3 or more hero energy at the end of each round, her power and guard will be times by 3. If you have 6 or more, her power level will be times by 3. And if you have 10 hero energy, then her damage will be times by 3. And I'm not entirely 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure all those effects stack. So if you get the higher effect, then all the other effects will apply too, right? So, and if that's the case, that's pretty good, right? I think one of the big weaknesses is that it's hard to get a lot of hero energy in the game. So that's probably, again, if you can get all that hero energy, then she becomes quite strong. But it all depends on that, right? So yeah. And then as her card action ability, she has Counter Rush, and the extra effect is that the target's power will be lowered to 1, and if the target is immune to key damage, then both their power and guard will be lowered to 1. So that's pretty nice. Even so, I'll probably put it on the lower end of these 7 cards in terms of strength. Again, just because you need the hero energy to make her really useful, which can be kind of hard to acquire, right? But definitely a nice card. Okay, 2 cards left to go now. Next we have number 22. This is Piccolo, fused with Nail and Kami. So I'm pretty sure this is the first secret card for Piccolo, which is pretty cool. And he has a special beam cannon as his super attack. And for his main ability, if the enemy team has at least 3 enemies, then the enemy team can't get any hero energy from their power level or from abilities during their first rounds. That's pretty good. And it's very similar to a ability from a Universe Mission 3 Goku. Because he does the same thing, except he doesn't have that requirement that Piccolo has. But that requirement of the enemy team has to have at least 3 enemies is only really relevant for computer missions or boss missions. Because of course in online battles, the enemy team is always going to have 7 guys. That's fine. It's irrelevant there. So it's pretty strong. And compared to that Goku, Piccolo actually has 700 more HP, which is pretty nice. That's a little bonus, I guess. And then instead of Goku having a fusion with Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta, Piccolo has as his card action ability the ultimate lock-on burst, which is pretty strong. And the extra effect for this is that when he targets an enemy, that target can't use any card or touch action abilities for the rest of that round, which is pretty strong. Really good against things like Kefla Lock or God Meteor on the first turn. And of course he can also boost his damage when he does a super attack. So pretty good stuff. Definitely Piccolo is a better option now, I think, compared to that Goku. I would only use that Goku if you actually have a Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta that you want to fuse with him. Otherwise, I'd say Piccolo is definitely the better choice now. So now for the final card, this is Candy Vegito, number 23. And I think this is easily the strongest one out of the 7. He's a beast. So he has Amazing Shoot as his super attack. And again, nice card out like all the others, really good stuff. So he actually has 2 abilities, a main ability and a unique ability. So for his unique ability, at the start of each round, his damage will double, he'll take 20% less damage, and his ki will be recovered. And that's, they're all permanent effects, so that's really strong. Every turn is getting more tanky and doing more and more damage, which is really strong. And each time he attacks, he'll become immune to stun, and he'll take all of the enemy's attacks by himself. So basically, he'll protect all of your allies from getting attacked. So that's really good. And again, he's getting more tanky each turn, so really good. It's like a really good wall for your team, I guess, And then for his main ability, when he attacks, if the enemy team has at least 5 attackers who can attack, then he'll lower the enemy's team's HP by 1000, and he'll randomly select one enemy, and that enemy can't attack that round, which is incredible. So basically every turn, he can, prevent one enemy from attacking, which is just insane. That's just so strong. And both those abilities are, amazing. That's just so strong, right? Then he has, as his card action ability, in Japanese this is Dokabagi, but I'm pretty sure in the World Mission game they call this Blitz Mode, so I'll go with Blitz Mode for the time being. And the extra effect for this is that he'll do massive ki damage to the enemy, and he'll also make the enemy's guard basically nullify it for the rest of the battle, which means that basically the guard's still there, technically, but it basically becomes useless, right? So that's really strong. Yeah, he's a very good card, and I can't wait to use him, man. He's just gonna be so strong. So yeah, overall I'd say I'm really happy with the way the special set turned out. Definitely some really good stuff in here. And I think also because all the cards have brand new abilities, it really helps them to stand out from, like other, like I guess promotional cards. It's really cool. And they're mostly pretty strong, so definitely usable. Even like online, they can definitely hold their own, I think. So that's cool. So yeah, and can't wait to we get a sequel to the War Machine game because we can use all these new cards in that game, which is cool. I mean, it's fine for me because I live in Japan, of course, but for you guys, I really want you to experience this stuff too. So yeah, so yeah, and I'll probably put some showcase videos of these cards later on today. So yeah, look forward to that. And I'll see you guys in the next video.